This is Dakota Denman from the band Denman, and you're currently checking out the Potter Than Hell podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Potter Than Hell podcast. This is your last stop on the crazy train of hard rock and heavy metal. So sit back, buckle in, and hang on. Here we go.
Hello, you Potter Than Hellions. Welcome to another episode of the Potter Than Hell podcast. My name is Steve, and I am your host, and I'm joined by my two awesome regular co-hosts. And who do we got here tonight?
BC, people.
And
BB.
And also, who else behind the board?
Dylan.
And how's it going out there, guys? We have a great show ahead for you here. We have an interview with Dakota Denman from the band Denman, the band that we have been championing here on the Potter Than Hell podcast since BC and I went out to Nashville. And we caught those guys live. It's a great interview. We're going to run it after we get a couple preliminary things done here. BC, you had a little tidbit of news before we were recording today. What do you got?
Oh, yeah, I was just doing my social media surf, I guess you would call it. And
he was taking a break from the porn.
You have to give your hands a break every now and then. But I came across something where it was a real quick segment. It said something that Ace Frehley states about Kiss now. The guys in Kiss are playing with half a cover band. And I didn't get into a lot of it, but I want to go back and look into that a little bit more. I don't know.
Is Ace jumping on the bandwagon now, too, with everyone else?
It seemed like him and Gene were getting along good now. Now he's throwing a little stones.
But you know what? Ace didn't consider it a tribute band when Eric Carr was playing drums when he was in the band, or when he did shows with Eric Singer in the band. So for him to say that now, is that just Ace wanting to get his name out there more?
It could be. You know Ace is.
I think he wants to keep his name connected with Kiss.
Yeah.
And if
absolutely.
you put in the keywords Ace Frehley and Kiss.
Right, and that stirs the pot and the, as they call them, the blue Kool-Aid drinkers.
Maybe that's the problem. He's been stirring the pot a little too.
That's true. What do you think, BB?
Bad publicity is still publicity. Get out there, start throwing fists in the air, and it's almost like fishing.
Keeping his name out there, yeah. And a lot of people are like, "You think Ace is going to show up on the Kiss Cruise?" And we may even actually be back from the Kiss Cruise by the time this episode airs. But if it does, I'm going to say, mark my words now, Ace Frehley will not be on the Kiss Cruise. If Ace is on the Kiss Cruise, I will buy the beer for this podcast for the next month. That's my vow here. So if Ace makes it, so BB and BC are now texting Ace, get on the Kiss Cruise,
please.
Stow away.
Yeah,
here's some money.
He's gonna hide in a guitar case. He's gonna smuggle them on board a guitar case. Yeah. So there's not really a whole much else going on there. I'm glad BC brought that up. And before we get into our interview, we're gonna do a quick album review here. One of our down and dirty album reviews. And this week, LA Guns put out a new album with Tracy Guns back in the band. What do you think, BB?
Really, really solid album. The way Tracy sounds on this album is amazing. The guitar riffs. It's really cool that him and Phil are back. They're making music. They're like peanut butter and jelly. They're just gelling together now. Only one song on the album I didn't really care for. I think it's Christine. A little slower, but.
Sorry, Dylan.
One of my favorite songs on the album is actually the title track, "Missing Piece," and it's song 11. I think that's really, really cool how he slows it up and then the chorus comes in and he just rips it up. Tracy's guitar sound on this album really blew me away.
All right.
I mean, like you said, Tracy's guitar. I mean, his playing and style, I think, just brings back that. It gave LA Guns a whole new. Gave them
their feel back.
Their feel back, the fire back, I think, because everybody's just, I think, doing better now. It's not just like, it seemed like they're just they're just going through the,
Going through the motions.
Not technically going through the motions, but they're just going. Now they got like a whole new life.
It seems like there's a little more spirit in this album,
yes,
I think. And I really enjoy it. Although the only thing I think is it starts out with a song called "It's All the Same to Me," and that's the first song. Then the second song is called "Speed." I think if they should have opened the album with "Speed," I think that would have really just been a kick right in the teeth right in the beginning the beginning of it. Now a couple songs I really enjoy on there. I love Sticky Fingers is great, and The Drop of Bleach is great. It's such a different sounding song for those guys.
Yeah.
And I'm with BB. The only song I don't really care for is Christine, because we're not fans of ballads on this show. It's not terrible, but it's my least favorite on there. Kill It or Die is great, and another great song on there is Don't Bring a Knife to a Gunfight is a really cool song too. So we just wanted to give you guys a quick overview of the new LA Guns album. It's called Missing Piece. Check it out. Tracy Guns is back in the band, and it's Phil Lewis, as always, on vocals. And it's great. It kind of brings you back to the first LA Guns album, and it brings you back to a little bit of Cocked and Loaded kind of attitude. And the production is great on it. It's a little, the guitars are really out front on it. And I think it's just a great album. I think they're back. And the sad thing about that is every time that any band played around here, LA Guns would be with them. We'd see Warrant to be Warrant LA Guns. We'd see Doc and be Doc and LA Guns. Since Tracy Guns has been back in the band, LA Guns has not been anywhere to be seen around here. So we're hoping they will at least play M3 next year. So we will keep our eyes open for that. And maybe they may be playing down in Lancaster maybe or something. Reading somewhere down there. So maybe we'll have to make that extra.
But
extra trek
their
down
live
there.
shows now are so much more
energetic.
And
I like it too now because Michael Grant, the guitar player that was in the band before Tracy Guns came back, he stayed there. And now we don't have to have Phil Lewis standing at the microphone tuning his guitar for half the fucking show. Like he played at M3, and I think he spent more time tuning the guitar on the stage than actually playing it. So, hopefully we won't have to see that anymore. And Michael Grant, that was the guitar player before Tracy came back, is a phenomenal guitar player too. He's great, real energetic on stage, and we hope to see LA Guns out there again. And we hope you guys go pick up the album, buy the album. Just don't, download it for free. Just get that hard copy in your hand, or at least get on Amazon Music or Apple Music, and just vote with your wallets for these guys to get them out there some more. All right, so that wraps up our little down and dirty album review. And right now we're going to talk with Dakota Denman from the band Denman, and take it away. All right, hey, you Potter Than Hellions out there. We are here with Dakota Denman from the awesome band Denman, and we're going to have a great interview with him here. Hey, Dakota, how are you?
I'm excellent, man. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, thanks for spending time with us. I just have to say, BC and I, we caught you guys down in Nashville when you guys played the pre-party for the Rockin' Pod Expo, and we each picked up your CD there, and we've been rocking the shit out of it since then.
Awesome, man. We appreciate the support. We've been plugging away. We had tons of orders and stuff off our website, which has been awesome, and we're kicking.
That's excellent. That's excellent. And you guys, we've been championing you guys on our show since we came back from Nashville. So you guys have had a good 3 months of exposure, at least to our fans since then.
Awesome. That's killer.
All right, let's get into some Denman talk here. Let's get your background, your early influences. What was your background in music, and what got you into music?
Well, my dad was a guitar player, and when I was a young age, I just saw him jamming along to the stereo and stuff, and I just took interest in it. And man, we just kind of felt that we had the knack for it, so we just got really into it, because when you get really excited when you make really good progress, so we just kept digging deeper and deeper. And then eventually we hooked up with the guitar player Bannon and studied music theory for like 3 years with him. And that really took us up to a whole nother level. Just kept going, kept working at it, practicing all the time. And here we are in Nashville.
Really? Was that Carl Logan you hooked up with?
Yeah, Carl. Oh, he's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, we actually know him too.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, he worked in one of the record stores by us, and his band before he was in Man of War was called Archangel. We used to,
Archangel?
yeah, and we rocked to those guys all the time. That's cool.
Ew, ew. Small
Small
world.
world.
Yeah. So after that, he moved to Auburn, New York, which is where Man of War is based out of, and that's also where I happen to be from for the most part, right up the street from there. So we just took lessons from the only metal guy in town, and that was it.
How did Denman come about? Did you guys have a band up there, and then you decided to move to Nashville, or how did that come about?
We kind of did, but it was just really tough to find other younger dudes that were on the same page as we were, and that were really good at their instruments, and just took it as serious as we did, it was just really difficult. I mean, we kind of we played a little bit, but not very much. We just got frustrated at people being on the same page, like practicing and learning the songs, and we're from a super tiny small town, so there's only like 2 people that play music up there. So,
All right.
So I mean, yeah, my graduating class in high school was like 70 kids. So I mean, it's really small. Yeah, we just got frustrated with things there, and there's zero music scene, and we felt that we kind of a waste to let all this guitar practicing we've done, go to waste. So we said, the hell with it, let's check out Music City. So we came down here, and just off like that first little visit that we had, we thought it was pretty cool. And I eventually came back like the following year after I got laid off from a job that I had. So I was like, I'm going to check it out. And that's when I really met a lot of people that were here and realized that it was the place to be.
Dakota, was Nashville your first choice compared to, say, like New York or LA?
Yeah, man, New York City is so ridiculously expensive. LA was a long ways away. The only other place I could really comfortably drive to with a bunch of Marshalls in my car was here,
Okay.
And we had one relative that lived here also, so we rented from her for the first few months, and that's how we kind of got our foothold here, had a place to stay.
Who are your guitar influences growing up, or even today?
Oh man, I love a lot of the guitar heroes from back in the day, like George Lynch from Dokken. He was always one of my favorites.
Right.
Just him and Eddie Van Halen. Those guys would play 2 notes, and you know exactly who it was because of their feel. And I always thought that was really, really cool. You got so many guitar players out there, and you can hear a guy play 1 note, you know exactly like who it is. So I always really liked those dudes, and Steve Vai, and he took things to a whole nother level. And I mean, there's lots of great guitar players out there today, but there's something about those shredders, the guys that were kind of inventing it as they went.
Right.
And I really look up to those guys. And
yeah, your guitar playing on the album is amazing, I have to say.
Oh, thank you, man. We got to record it with an amazing guy, so he really helped bring out the best of us. We had a short time frame to record it because we were all had jobs at the moment.
Right.
We came in and we recorded everything in like I think 4 days or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we hammered it out. Pretty much almost everything was like first or second take on the entire EP.
That's great. 'Cause, I mean, it sounds so fresh. It sounds like you guys have been playing together for years. It's so tight, and the melodies are just incredible.
Oh, that's crazy because when we finally formed our band in April of last year, at the very, very end of April, we played like our first show after rehearsing for like a couple weeks because we got a phone call. We're like, oh yeah, so let's just rehearse up and do it. And then by June, we were in the studio with Michael recording High Heels and Leather. So we were a band like 2 months, I think, by the time we recorded the first song.
That's incredible.
Jeez.
That was crazy. And then he did a recording workshop, sent me a text and was like, hey man, check your email. So I did, and he emailed me all the information about the workshop. And I responded instantly. I was like, heck yeah, man, we'll do it. We'd love to. So that was High Heels and Leather was the song he picked of all the ones that the rough demos that I sent him. And we hammered it out.
Oh, so you did High Heels and Leather, and then
we did that one first, and then like 5 months later, we came back, we did the other 4 songs.
Oh, okay.
We did all the other ones in like I don't know, it was like 5 days or something we had to record it in or whatever. But so we did those ones a little bit later.
I gotta say, just the feel of your guys' band is just incredible. And if anybody out there is ever gonna get a chance to see you guys live, which I hope everyone does, you guys are fantastic, and you absolutely translate great live.
We really worked to play it the exact same way we did on the CD, and there's not a whole lot of stuff that's in there that we can't recreate. I mean, most of it's just like 2 guitar tracks, and I mean, it was all us. So just go up there and play it the same way we did when we were in the studio, and we had it so well rehearsed that we just knock it out. I think we do a really good job of emulating what we laid down on the CD.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Dakota, how did you guys get hooked up with Mark Slaughter?
I've seen Mark around town a couple times, and Michael introduced me to him one night at the Rock and Roll Residency, and then we were recording the EP, and we were like, man, we want to get some cool backup vocals on that chorus for Miles Away from Home, because it was just a cool chorus melody that we came up with. Michael's like, let me see if Mark's in town, because he knows everybody. So he sent him a text and was like, hey, man, want to do some singing tomorrow? And Mark just said, yep. He didn't ask who it was for or nothing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so then he showed up, and we were all just hanging out, and he laid down the vocals, and we had a great time hanging out and joking around, and he got in the Ben's Camaro and made a funny video with us, and man, we had a blast. And we ended up, the album cover was shot in his backyard, actually, which is pretty
Oh, really?
funny. Yeah, he lit the pyro for it.
That's great. Now, that just had to be just absolutely incredible working with Michael Wagner. Just like, can you just give us an overview of how just great that had to be?
Man, it was like having nonstop goosebumps for a week, I think. It was, man, like he'd put like the chorus on the bass, and he was like the same rack that he used for the No More Tears mix that he did. And,
Wow.
I mean, it was just like one amazing thing after another, and it's hard not to look back when I wrote some of those songs. I wrote Wild in the Streets, and I was like 14 or 15 or something like that.
Really?
I remember like recording the demo at my parents' house. Like, if you would have told me we would have got to record it with Michael, I would have said you're full of it. But he is the coolest dude ever, and he's really true to what he likes, and he likes awesome 80s heavy metal. He hit it off instantly, and we had a great friendship, and we just had lots of fun and make some great music.
That's great, and and I got to say that's one thing that really stood out for me is like Michael Wagner is not going to record just anybody, and you guys have to be something special for him to, record your music. So I mean that right there alone is just something that's awesomely incredible.
Yeah, man, that's true. Sure, he's a pretty popular guy. He probably gets hit up quite a lot.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, I guess we struck a chord with him, so to speak.
Because I mean, we BC and I, we talked to him at the expo also, and he was really nice, humble guy. We didn't want to take up a lot of his time, but we just had a couple of quick questions for him. He was very gracious. We got a picture taken with him. Just a great guy.
Yeah, man, he's as real as it gets. He's the real deal. He's super professional in every way possible, and on and off the field. He's just behind the scenes. He's the coolest, nice guy. I can't say enough really awesome, positive things about him, because carrying the torch for old school rock, and he's the man.
Absolutely.
Dakota, talking about old school rock, Nashville has always been known as like country music. Nowadays, it seems like there's a lot of hard rockers in the area down there nowadays.
Yeah. Oh man, I mean, you'll see like Steven Tyler at Kroger buying apples or whatever. Tons of people are moving down here. Man, I can't even begin to tell you how many people I've met down here. It's just hanging out in clubs and all the. I see all the Skid Row dudes quite often, and man, I've met Doug Aldrich and the dudes from Deep Purple, and we played here with Mr. Big, and the Nelson Twins came out to see us play, and Lizzie Hale, and man, it was just like a list a mile long. I couldn't believe it. They all came out to catch our set.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
That was wild. I mean, Ben and I, we played Judas Priest Painkiller at a Rare Hair with the guys from Accept.
Really?
That was about as cool as it gets there. I did an Yngwie Malmsteen song there with one of the dudes that sang for Yngwie. I mean, just like there's just so many people here. the dudes from Cinderella, Jeff LeBar and Eric. I mean, there's just the list is a mile long.
Yeah, you don't expect that.
No, like growing up, Nashville was like country music.
Yeah, and I mean, I've been there a couple times, and it's just seems like it's a kind of a laid back kind of thing because we've been in.
It's like has a small town feel kind of vibe
Yes.
to it. It's cool, man. It's a cool place to be.
It is. It's great. I remember going to different clubs down there, and it was just great down there. You guys did the video for Miles Away from Home. Was that just you guys putting all clips together, or was that a plan to do that all along?
Yeah, that was like a pro shot video with a friend of mine from back in New York. He films. He's like an extra film guy for different movies and stuff. And we called him up, flew him out here, and we had just had a blast. We obviously called up Michaels. Hey man, we want to do some studio footage, and he was all about it. So, we shot everything specifically for the video that's in it for the month. We shot everything. It was all planned out to do a music video. That's our first official, really high quality video that we. The other video that we have on YouTube is just some clips I threw together with
Right.
My Mac or whatever, just so people could hear some of the music that we've been putting out before we gotten the chance to shoot a full video for it. But yeah, we shot like the live crowd footage back home. Actually, we threw on a big rock party and had some friends come on out and open up, and had a really good crowd out there. So that was fun. We kind of kept the meaning of the song. Like when we did it, we filmed a bunch of stuff
Right.
here, and then we filmed like the finale ending back home. Like we finally got there,
Right.
And that was cool. We had a lot of fun making that. And since it came out, man, we've sold tons of stuff and CDs, and it's flying off the website. So we definitely want to do more of that ASAP because it was great.
One of the things I wanted to ask you about the video, you see you playing a couple of different guitars, but when the solo comes on the song, you're in the hangar with the Dakota Piper planes there with your stacks, and you're playing a Ghostbusters guitar.
That's a cool guitar, man. I bought that. I bought it from my brother. He bought it at a music store back in Auburn. And a friend of mine is a custom airbrusher for cars and motorcycles and all kinds of stuff. And I was like, dude, want to do a guitar? And I was like, I don't know, 16 or 17 or something like that. And I was like, put some crazy flames on it, and then we'll paint the Ghostbuster dude on it.
That's great.
So he did it, and I got it back, and I thought it was the sickest thing ever. And I really haven't played that guitar in a long time.
Oh, really?
And I was like, oh, sick in the video. So yeah, I got it fixed up, and we're always tinkering with stuff, changing out
that was great.
pickups and doing, just working on guitars and stuff. So it'll be back in the rotation here.
Good.
Now, Dakota, in the video, Miles Away from Home, and then even on the album cover, you have these two Camaros. What year are they? 1985?
That's mine's in '88. My brother's is in '87.
Oh, they're your brother. One's yours and one's your brother's. That was my next question.
We personally own them. Yeah, our names are both on the registration slip.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so we didn't borrow them or nothing. That's like what we cruise around in all the time.
Oh my gosh.
That's great. And it's unusual. You see the beginning of the video and you see Ben starting the car. Like every vehicle anymore is you just push a button, and it's kind of weird seeing someone turn the key anymore.
Oh yeah, I don't ever like new cars because, man, when I have a problem with that Camaro, I can usually fix it for $50. I just put a brand new computer in it, and it only costs like $60.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you're like those new Lexus computers, like $2,000 some dollars, something crazy.
Yeah, and that's just for them to look at it.
Yeah, I can. We're pretty mechanical dudes, so we can fix the old mechanical stuff, So we like working on them, and we keep them going ourselves and do all that stuff.
What's next for you guys? Do you have more songs ready to roll out for a full length album? What do you guys got going on?
Yeah, man, we've been writing like crazy. We got like 13, 14 songs done right now. We haven't released the date or anything or of that nature, but we're writing right now, and we're getting ready to hopefully enter the studio and crank it out. We haven't announced any of the details on that stuff yet, so
Okay, cool.
kind of still a little bit in the works, but we'll be tracking stuff soon.
Great. We're definitely looking forward to some new music. I mean, we've been playing the hell out of this EP. It's just
Yeah, the biggest critic I get from everybody is that it's only 5 songs.
I know. That's what I was gonna say. But that's I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing because it leaves you wanting more.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, every time bands start out, they always do like an EP, or if they go through member changes and kind of get a new start, they usually put out an EP. And that's what we had the opportunity to do, and we had a blast doing it. And hopefully we're going to be back for round 2 here shortly. That's about as much as I can say on that.
Oh, good. Yeah, we don't want you to let the cat out of the bag on anything. Let me ask you this real quick. What do you do for fun besides music?
Oh man, that's a good question. Just go out in town and find a place that has a good jukebox. I mean, there's lots of musicians hanging out pretty much all over the place. So, meet up with those guys and talk about music, play darts and ping pong and whatever. But man, this city, there's so much stuff to do. I really enjoy just cruising around in the Camaro and going to get pizza and I don't know, all kinds of fun stuff. There's a million things going on. But we spend lots and lots of time writing music, and we have new demos. We'll be at home making the demos for 8 to 10 hours a day.
Doesn't leave a lot of time for much else.
Yeah, we all have full-time jobs at the second. When we get a day or two off, it's usually just dedicated to recording and writing.
Well, we absolutely appreciate you spending some of your rare free time with us. And
not a problem, man. I like talking about old school stuff and our new music, and it's a great time. So I'm a pleasure to be here, and yeah, thanks for setting it up.
Great, no problem. And we just want to say thank you for coming on with us, and you guys keep cranking out the great music, and you definitely have supporters in our camp here up in Pennsylvania, and we're trying to spread the word for you guys, and hopefully you guys can get some shows. Even if you guys are playing New York, we'll come out to see you guys.
Awesome. Yeah, we're not too far away. Our home original home base. So we got lots of friends and fans and family and stuff from up there. So we try to bounce back and forth as often as we can.
All right. Well, we want to say thank you very much. We appreciate it and hope to see you out on the road. And I will keep in contact with you. And hopefully we can get some updates down the road. And when you guys do record your new album, we will get you guys on again.
Awesome, man. Totally. And the last thing, if anybody wants to know where to go to check out all of our stuff that we're into, is just denmanrocks.com. And we have a mailing list and links to all of our social media. And it'll be constantly posting on what we're up to on all that stuff. So that's the best way to stay in contact. It was right there.
Great. And we'll post your link on our podcast also.
Excellent. You guys rule, man. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Dakota. Have a good night, buddy.
Thanks, man.
You too. Thanks, guys.
All right. Yep. Bye-bye. Okay, and that was Dakota Denman from the band Denman. What'd you guys think? Really nice of him to come on the show with us. And like he said, he has very little spare time, and what they usually do have time off, they work on the music. And I thought it was great that he just spent a little time with us. We didn't do a really long, in-depth interview with them because we didn't really want to keep him that long, because actually he did text me that he was getting home from work, and then we would do it after that, so I didn't really want to hold him up that much. What do you guys think?
Yeah, very humble guy, and best of luck to Denman, and hope they get the break that they deserve and get out there and start kicking ass, because very rarely do you see bands like this make it, and us guys here on the podcast really hope these guys make it.
Exactly. Like he said at the very end of his interview, get on their site. buy the CD. I mean the EP, and then they got shirts. I mean, support these guys. It's
Yeah,
good,
they're
it's
great.
good to help
Hope-
them get.
Yeah, and if you're down in the Nashville area, you guys see a show where they're playing, or if they get up
Go to
in
it.
this area here, go see them.
Because nobody's making music like these guys. These
No,
guys are
no.
kicking
This
ass.
takes you right back to the great hard rock and stuff you used to get in the mid '80s, early '90s, but like their music is not exactly like that. It's like a more modern. It's not like the crazy screaming shit that's out there now. It's very good melodic hard rock, just a slight lean towards a little more metal, but like there's the harmonies in there and the guitar solos are great. And so you guys check those guys out. Give those guys a shot. It's called Denman, The Life We Live. It's an EP. There's 5 songs on it. The songs are The Life We Live, One Night Love, Miles Away from Home. That's the song that Mark Slaughter sings the background on, High Heels and Leather, and Wild in the Streets. And it was cool to find out that he wrote Wild in the Streets when he was 14 years old.
Yes.
And that's probably my favorite song on the album.
It
I
is.
love that song.
That's probably the hardest rocking song on there.
Yeah.
The other songs are pretty melodic, but that song is like the hardest rocking song on
Yes.
there. And the background vocals on that are great. And once again, we want to say thank you to Dakota for coming on, and best of luck to Denman and Ben and the rest of the guys in the band down there. And we really appreciate you coming on. So you guys get out there, support these guys. We will supply the link on our podcast here for you guys to click on, so you can just go right to their page and give them guys a shout out and give them some support. Check them out even on Facebook, and we will post a link on Facebook also to those guys. And once we did that, we are going to jump right into our hidden gems for this episode. We're going to start with BB today.
All right. My hidden gem is just a song. I heard it the other day on Hair Nation. It kind of brought me back. It's from Fastway with Mr. Fast Eddie Clark, and the song is "Say What You Will." It just kick-ass song. Would be cool to see these guys get back together and
You will
out
never
and
see it.
play. But
Never seen it.
I know it's good to think out loud, but yeah, these guys really great. Album front to back is awesome, but just that song. If you guys never heard of Fastway, check out "Say What You Will." It's probably their most popular song, and if you like that one, buy another song or buy the whole album. Get out there and support even old music.
I have to concur with BB. That's great. I actually saw Fastway live. They opened up for Iron Maiden when I saw them in 1983, and they were a fantastic band. And the singer is Dave King, but he evidently will not even talk about being in Fastway. He will not even entertain the thought of even talking about it in an interview or anything. He has BB's hanging his head there, and they were a great band. They put out they did the All Fired Up Trick or Treat soundtrack. They did great pick, BB. Dylan, we haven't heard from you today. What do you got for us?
My hidden gem is also a song. It's by Mr. Big. It's off their 2011 album What If, and it's called Still Ain't Enough for Me. First time I heard this song was actually they were playing M3, and they played it live, and I've never been blown away by a song like from first listen like this song. It has everybody in the band being showcased in such an amazing way. Billy Sheehan with it's an amazing bass, and Paul Gilbert with the guitar, and the drums are amazing. The vocals are great. It's a song that doesn't let up from the moment it starts to the moment it ends, and that's my hidden gem for this week.
Great
Very
pick.
good.
And we had to live through Dylan vicariously, because when Mr. Big was playing at M3 that year, that was before they started to attempt to stagger bands at this festival. So BC and I and BB, we had to see our boys Black and Blue. Black and Blue were playing at the same time that Mr. Big was, and sorry guys,
you lost.
we hadn't seen. I don't think we ever saw Black and Blue before, did we? I mean, I know I didn't.
I did. That was the first time I ever saw them.
It was Mr. So sorry guys, but we didn't see you another year there. So
You missed a hell of a set.
I know it. And that album What If is front to back is fantastic. I believe I enjoy that. I think that's probably my favorite Mr. Big album. It is great
It
front
is
to
a
back
solid
album, excellent solid album. And BC, how about you? What's up for you today?
I'm going to go with the theme of this episode so far. And I don't know if it's not a hitting gem, but hopefully it's a gem in the making. A band out of Britain, Bigfoot they're called. They got together in the spring of 2014, put out 2 LPs, and just, I want to say last week, came out with a full album. Check these guys out. I mean, they rock. Like good old fashioned with the modern spice thrown into it. Hard rock. Nothing. I mean.
They are.
Five
I
Guys
checked out a
is
couple
hard
songs
rock.
from those
I mean,
guys. Actually, I listened to a
and
couple today. Very good.
I think it's Jack Black's brother on vocals. I'm not too
He
sure.
looks just like him.
And he acts like him.
Jack White.
It's just hysterical. You ever see it?
No, seriously, look at it.
Check
Look at
these
it.
guys out, guys.
Yeah, it
making
does.
a
It looks
color
like
too.
Jack Black up there. Seriously, just like the way he does it on stage. Everything too. He
His
does.
motions, the way he looked, it's hysterical.
He does.
But
BC texted me. He's like, "Hey, check this out. Is this Jack Black?" And I thought he was like fucking with me, but
No.
like he looks like he's Jack Black up there singing.
But all seriousness, check
Very
these
good
guys
band,
out.
very
They're
good band.
very good hard rock band.
So check those guys out. Fastway Say What You Will for BB song. Check out the band too. Great. Bigfoot for BC. Still Ain't Enough for Me, Mr. Big from the What If album. And for me this week, we have a band. They had only one album out, which is a shame because these guys kicked fucking ass. A band called Loudmouth. Look at BC. His eyes lit right up. These guys put out an album in 1999, self-titled, and there's just, I don't know what it is about these guys. Hopefully I can find something to post online. Songs like Fly, No Heroes, Not Free. And there's a song on there, it's like the 5th song on the album, it's called Rats in the Maze. It's fucking amazing. Just look these guys up. I'm sure you could probably find them on YouTube or something like that. I don't know if they're on iTunes or Amazon Music. I'm not sure. I haven't really
from
looked that up
Chicago,
because
right?
I have the CD myself, and it's great. Yeah, they're from like Oak Lawn, Illinois, which is by Chicago. I'm assuming. But really great band. You guys check those guys out. The songs are kick ass, and the song Not Free is really, really cool too. So that's our hidden gems this week, and mine is the band called Loudmouth. It's one word, Loudmouth, self-titled album, came out in 1999. So you guys check that out, and we want to thank everybody for tuning in. You guys could find us on Facebook, you could find us on iTunes, Ear Peeler, Castbox, anywhere you can pretty much hear a podcast, you could find us out there. We really appreciate you guys interacting with us, sharing our stuff, making comments on Facebook, giving us reviews. We really appreciate it, and we're going to do a couple thank yous here, and we're going to go with BB.
First off, I want to thank Jeff Keith, Craig Cornell, Mark Arnold, Steve Dill, Mr. Glenn Palmer, Jim Polkowski, Jennifer Bannon, Lori Tallarico, David Hudson, and Chris Craig from the Digital Kill the Radio Star.
All right. I'm going to thank my wife, Corey, as usual. Dylan for doing an awesome job on everything. Mark Satorka doing our music for us. Jarrett Grealish, Eric Mendoza from the band Hit and Run. Kaylin Provo, you're awesome. You're always interacting with us. Heather Shakaris, Ken Keenan, and Matt Porter. Billy Rock from Harpo. Awesome guy. Stephen Michael and Sonny Pooney from the Grown Up Rock podcast, Christine Apostolico, Michelle Sarah, and of course our guest this evening, Dakota Denman. We really appreciate your time, and thanks again, and best of luck to you and all the Denman guys down there, and we hope to see you again. Any final words, BC?
Great episode, I thought, and get out there. The bottom line, we're trying to push these bands that play the music to our hearts. Get out there, buy the actual CDs, go to the shows, get out of your houses. Come on, people.
Get off your ass, people.
Get off your ass, people.
BB.
Yeah, really, thanks again to Dakota Denman. Great guy, and best of luck to those guys again. I really hope they really get out there, and they really deserve it. So get on their website. We'll post a link to their website, and get out there and pick up their album. Fantastic album.
Thanks, BB. And I'm going to just reiterate what these guys say. Thanks again, Dakota, for coming on. Thanks you guys out there for listening. Have a great week out there, and we'll catch you guys next time that we're out, and we will see you next time, and there will be a next time.